Hey everyone, I'm Pacific the Casual Gamer, and today what I would like to talk about is what it takes to be really, really, really good at video games in general, right? Because I think a lot of people, especially when we talk about Rainbow Six Siege, it's very easy for them to look at esports and be like, I want to get into esports, right? It's pretty easy to do that. And I know a friend of mine who's actually like really good at video games. Like, there's good, and then there's the way that he's good, right? And I've also been watching and paying attention to some of the things that pro Siege players say that really kind of help you understand how these people get really good at games, right? When it really comes down to it, to get good at something, you do need to put a lot of time into it, right? If you want to be the very best, there's natural talent, and there is a lot of people that have natural talent, right? Shroud is one of them, if you guys know Shroud. But the difference between Shroud and a lot of other people that have natural talent is Shroud also put a lot of time into video games. He streams all the time, right? A lot of Rainbow Six pros, right? Canadian, for example, said he has about 12,500 in-game hours in Rainbow Six Siege, right? Now, if you want to do the math on that, if you look at how old Siege is, that's literally like 6 to 8 hours every single day since Rainbow Six has come out. Think about that for a second. 6 to 8 hours every single day, right? Do you actually think, like do the math on your own time for yourself. Do you have enough time to dedicate 6 to 8 hours to Rainbow Six or any other video game, or even just 4 hours, without also getting rid of something, right? And every hour you add to the video game or the skill takes away from other stuff, right? This is why if you look at Olympic sports, a lot of the people have been doing this stuff all their lives and they know nothing else, right? Gymnasts, taekwondo. If you look at those people, I mean, it's like they were there since they were 3 years old and they just love it and do it every day, right? Like, it's what you got to do. And when you really think about what does it mean to do something every single day, it means that everything else in your life doesn't get a lot of attention, right? Like, there's easy things to think about, right? You're playing Siege, so you're not playing other video games. But you're playing Siege, so maybe you don't have time to work out and you get fat, right? Maybe you don't have time for a relationship because you're playing so much Siege, right? Maybe you really want to start a YouTube channel about cooking, or you want to learn cooking or go to school for cooking, but you're playing Siege, and so you don't have time to, visit your family, right? These are the things we got to think about. And this kind of brings me into my next point, which is, okay, you're spending, let's just say, for sake of argument, 8 hours a day on this video game, right? And I just don't mean 8 hours of playing. I mean like 8 hours of watching your footage back, playing the game, T-hunt, stratting, right? Everything. But let's say you have these 8 hours a day. How do you make it so that you have time for all these other things? And that's where you have to set your life up so that you actually can put 8 hours a day into video games. Right off the bat, if you're a normal person who works a normal job, let's just say you work 40 hours a week, you have your 9 to 5, you go to work, come home, if you just think of alone, getting, eating food, sleeping, getting ready in the morning, a normal person on a workday really only has 4 to 6 hours of spare time to do stuff, right? And that's everything that isn't cooking and, getting ready for work and going to work, and the commute, right? So you still have to clean your house, you still have to pay your bills, you got to get on the phone with the insurance company, all of those things. So you really have to set your life up so that you can dedicate time to these video games. Maybe you move in with a bunch of roommates, so your rent is really low, so you don't have to make as much money, therefore you don't have to work as hard. Then that's a sacrifice, you gotta live with less money, right? Maybe you got lucky, or you just worked really hard and became, let's just say, a Rainbow Six influencer. So if that's the case, well, then maybe you live stream part of your gameplay, and that's your source of income. Or you YouTube or your Instagram. You use social media to do that. But you have to build that up first. And those take time as well, right? It's not just that 8 hours you're playing games if you do something like social media. It's the 8 hours of playing games. It's the making of YouTube videos, the editing, the thumbnails. Or you pay someone to do that, but you have to make enough money to pay someone to help you with video content, right? A great example is you look at Pengu and Shroud's channel. A lot of their thumbnails are the animated thumbnails, right? They're obviously made by the same designer. They pay someone to do that because, I mean, I know for me personally, it can sometimes, if I don't have the thumbnail idea down and I haven't really thought about the thumbnail idea and made the thumbnail, it could take 30 minutes to an hour for me to just make the thumbnail on a YouTube video. That doesn't include shooting it and video editing, right? Now, here's another thing that a lot of people don't think about when it comes to getting really, really good at video games is you need to take care of your health, okay? There's a reason that most pro esports players, if you look at them on the stage, some of them might be a little bit bigger, right? Maybe don't look not as healthy. That's even a phrase. But a lot of them are in shape because you need to work out and you need to eat healthy so that your body can sustain 8 hours of gaming. Guys, if you have a week off, try 8 hours of gaming for a week. You're going to get tired. You will get tired because that mental fatigue of playing 8 hours of the same game, and not just playing it, but also trying to get better at it, trying to improve, right? Forcing yourself to do warm-ups and dry run strategy and, use the specific operator that you're going to be playing in Siege. All of that takes away. It takes energy to do that, right? And that requires money to eat healthy. We all know that eating healthy is more expensive than not eating healthy. And you have to take that hour out of your day to also exercise, or a half hour, whatever you got to do to exercise. And so do you have an income source that can pay for all of that, pay for where you live, your gaming gear, all of that? Do you have the will to sacrifice all of your spare time to get good at a video game? A lot of people don't. A lot of people might go at Siege for maybe, a month, just hard, right? I'm going to try to do this 8 hours a day. Then they realize, I don't want to do this. Or I'm getting mad, but I can't punch through, right? You guys know the friend that gets mad at a video game and stops playing? He's never going to be pro unless he gets his temper under control, ever. Because he's not willing to beat his temper, or he can't do it, or whatever. There's a bunch of reasons why a lot of people get that temper and can't beat it, right? Maybe he has some mental disability that he's got to figure out how to fight. There's a whole bunch of things that you got to deal with, and that's just temper alone. Think about low willpower, right? Just straight up laziness. It's all stuff that you got to deal with. So I hope that for you guys, I painted a picture on what it takes to get really good at video games. It's a topic that I'm kind of passionate about because I'm trying to be very good at video games, and these are things that I understand are getting, sacrificed, and it's, I'm comfortable with it because I've done that for my YouTube channel before. I've sacrificed certain relationships and, just my time. I mean, honestly, the way I think about it is if I would have made less YouTube videos, I could have been better at Siege, right? If I would have made 100 less YouTube videos or done 100 less Skyrim streams, my YouTube channel would be in a different spot. But let's just say I did 100 less Skyrim streams. I stream for about 2 hours when I did those streams. That's 200 hours that I could have then put into Rainbow Six. Right there. That I'm never going to get to put into Rainbow Six because I stream Skyrim. Whether that's good or bad, that's up for me to decide. So, guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, I have affiliate links to the mouse that I use in the description below. I'm Pacific the Casual Gamer. I suck just as bad as you do at video games, and I will see you guys in the next one.